I started out at Carolina wanting to study film, and I was one woman in a group of probably 10 guys that were taking the film class. It got to the point where I realized if I was really going to go into film, I was going to have to go to LA or New York, and I didn't want to go to either one. So I switched over to TV and started taking TV courses. So I got a part-time job at a cable company, and then a full-time position came up, and I became their program director. And that's how I started doing more and more production. I ended up starting Horizon Productions because I lost my job at the cable company. In the layoff, my lawyer clients came to me and said, well, why don't you just start your own company? We really don't want to work with anyone else. I went to my dad and my mom and I said, I want to start a company and I need $10,000 to buy equipment. And I knew I could use the cable company's editing systems, but I never expected to own a company. It just happened. My father's parents were both from Beirut, Lebanon. My grandfather would sell dresses to ladies door to door. Ultimately, he opened a business that my father runs today called Mitchell's Clothing Store. My dad is very proud of what Horizon has become, and he's very proud that I've been able to support myself and not come back and ask for money after all these years. At the time that I was looking at starting a video production company, I had a potential partner. He and I were batting around names one day, and I came up with my list of names, and he came up with his list of names, and on his was Horizon Video Productions. And the reasoning behind the Horizon was that a horizon is very vast, is very deep. We can go anywhere. So we're going to be Horizon Video Productions. In the beginning, I was selling the projects, I was editing the projects, I was producing the projects. I did not shoot, and that was the one thing I was using freelancers for. So I got a JVC camera, which was a tube camera, and it was bright orange. And so when we would go up into the crow's nest at Carolina with our bright orange camera, you can just imagine that all the other photographers were just laughing at us because here's this skinny little girl coming in with this bright orange camera, and they had the real big Ikegami cameras. We got our kind of big break when Tar River Cable Company in Rocky Mount called us. They were getting into something called cable advertising, and they wanted a production company to do the work. We started doing everything for them. Cable advertising was new, and it was fun. We were actually giving people the chance to be on ESPN and USA, CNN, and MTV. And then we got the chance to pitch doing cable advertising up in the Guilford County market for the same company I had worked with, and they let us do it. I had to go to a bank and borrow $170,000 to buy all the equipment to do the cable advertising work. And our work in Guilford County allowed us to get the Greensboro, High Point, and Burlington markets. When we landed that work, I started adding employees. And so we incorporated in 1984. I wanted to expand beyond cable advertising, so I sold that business and moved into corporate and documentary production. We moved to RTP to expand our capabilities and help our clients tell stories that make a difference.
I'm a dreamer. I have big dreams. I dream of winning our third national champion, adding a banner for another ACC championship. I dream of someday having an arena which is the largest and the best in the entire country.
I created the button chair because I wanted to contribute something. At the time, I was 17 years old and couldn't financially contribute anything of major substance, and this was my way of contributing something more than time and effort.
You'll never notice how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
decolonization was really part of a big power confrontation that was going on in Europe.
You can't have racism if you don't have power. Henry Martin Tupper has robbed me of the ability to have bias against white people. He was a white man who was a Union chaplain who at the end of the war decided to stay and to teach newly freed slaves how to read and how to write.
Over its 40 years, we created many award-winning programs telling stories that matter for a wide range of clients. I think the first time that I remember really kind of thinking, wow, you know, this is huge, was we won a Freddie Award for the Alzheimer's DVD that we created. It was really kind of a magical moment to know that your programs are making a difference. I never look back and say, oh, you've done great, this is awesome. I never do that because I'm always building. I'm always looking at the future. Like, where are we going? What are we going to do? Because I think as an entrepreneur, you are always excited about change. It's not about, you know, stay the same, but it's like, let's take the chance. Let's still, you know, try this new thing. I think what has set Horizon apart over the years is we didn't just stay with video production. We started out as a video production company and then added to that sound design, music composition at one point, as well as animation. And then around 2016, virtual reality and augmented reality. The fact that we could win an innovation award, you know, a few years ago after being around for 40 years says a lot about our team. I think the secret behind Horizon lasting as long as it has is because we have great people. For Horizon, at different times in our lives, we've been able to find just the right people to help us grow in the areas that we needed to grow in. I think that that's what we always try to look for, is someone that can feel about other people like we do. We care about our people here and want them to succeed. My goal is that the leadership of Horizon will take over, continue to grow us. And I mean, I think that the horizon's the limit.